How Ghana was born. The true story behind Africa's first independence. Before Ghana was Ghana, it was gold. It was war. It was resistance. And it was called something else entirely. Modern Ghana did not simply appear in 1957. It was forged through centuries of power struggles, trade empires, colonial conquest, and political revolution. This is the real story of how Ghana came to be. Long before Europeans arrived, the land we now call Ghana was home to powerful African civilizations. Among the most dominant was the Ashanti Empire, established in the late 1600s. It was not a small tribal system. It was a structured empire with taxation, a standing army diplomacy, and one of the richest gold economies in West Africa. The Ashanti controlled vast territories and trade routes. Gold flowed from their lands into North Africa and beyond. And they were not alone. The Fante states thrived along the coast. In the north, the Moldagbani kingdoms built their own systems of... This region was politically organized long before colonization. In 1471, Portuguese traders arrived. They were searching for gold, and they found it. So much of it that Europeans named the region the Gold Coast. Over the next few centuries, control of the coast shifted between Portugal, the Netherlands, Denmark, and eventually Britain. Fortresses were built, trade intensified, and tragically, the transatlantic slave trade expanded from these shores. But the interior, especially the Ashanti, refused foreign control. Between 1824 and 1900, a series of brutal Anglo-Ashanti wars were fought. The British eventually defeated the Ashanti. In 1901, formally declared the region a colony. The Gold Coast was now under British rule. What we now call Ghana was not originally one single political unit. The British gradually merged the coastal Gold Coast colony, Ashanti Territory, the Northern Territories, and British Togoland after World War I. These separate regions were administered together under colonial rule. That administrative union became the geographic foundation of modern Ghana. After World War II, something changed across Africa. Soldiers returned home. Educated elites began demanding rights. The idea of independence was spreading. Then came Kwame Nkrumah. Charismatic, strategic, determined. He formed the Convention People's Party and demanded one thing: self-government now. Strikes erupted. Protests intensified. Political pressure mounted. Britain began constitutional reforms. Elections were held, and Nkrumah's party won overwhelmingly. The momentum toward independence was unstoppable. On March 6, 1957, the Gold Coast officially gained independence, but it did not keep its colonial name. Nkrumah chose a new one, Ghana. The name honored the ancient Ghana Empire, a powerful West African empire that once dominated trans-Saharan trade centuries earlier. Though that empire was geographically located further northwest, the symbolism was powerful. It meant reclaiming African history, reclaiming pride, reclaiming identity. Ghana became the first sub-Saharan African country to gain independence from colonial rule in the modern era, and that moment sent shockwaves across the continent. Within a decade, many African nations followed. Ghana was not created in a single day. It was shaped by ancient kingdoms, tested by war, exploited by empire, and reborn through resistance. The name Ghana is more than a label. It is a statement, a reminder that long before colonization, Africa had power, wealth, and civilization. And on March 6, 1957, that legacy stood up and declared itself free.